Hello, I'm just drawing a rectangle here and first floor. See, there's the first floor or the floor toggle. Right now I haven't built a foundation. Oh, it automatically built the foundation. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, let's take a look at this foundation. Okay. Now, like any enclosed space in Chief Architect Incorporated software, okay, I can't get the dialog box in this camera. We'll go back to camera view. Okay, there's the dialog box for the foundation. I'm going to open that up. Oh, okay. I didn't realize auto build rebuild foundation was on, so we'll turn that off because I want to alter this to where it's a living space. Now the foundation uses as its stable datum the 0 inches of the first floor. So when I increase the ceiling of the foundation, it's going to extrude down. Let me just do that in the camera view so you can watch this. I'm going to hit Shift F6. Some of you new users, this will be instructive. So I'm going to open this dialog box over here in the plan view and tell the, now you'd think you'd do something with the floor. No, just uncheck default, and if you want a finished ceiling of like 8 feet, then you would input 8 feet for that. We'll click OK, and you see how the software responded. It moved downward from the first floor. This level right here stayed where it was. Now I'm going to further program this space. I want a floor under this room. See, it was just assuming from the defaults, which I haven't altered at all, that I just wanted a crawl space foundation. Now I'm telling it I want a floor there, so now it's got a floor. Now the question that started this video was furring out the walls. Now, back in the olden days, when I first started using this software, let me just show you. I'll open a new plan. Okay, here's a new plan. And I'm just going to keep this simple and draw another box. Okay, and then I'm going to build floor, build foundation, walls with footings, that's fine. Okay, and just like I did with this one. Okay. I don't use Pro all the time. I didn't realize that those auto functions were on. So in the old days, what I would do is take this wall here and customize it. Click on Define, and you can see here that there's an Insert button and a Delete button, so you can alter and change layers. And you can't create named, oh yeah, you can now. Okay, good. So if I wanted to, the top, you can see here the wall exterior is at the top of the drawing, so that's the exterior. So if I wanted to go to the interior, I would left click on this part of the graphic here and click on the Insert button. And first thing depending on how I'm going to construct this thing, maybe there's an airspace, maybe there's some styrofoam insulation. I don't know. That's up to you and your engineer and so forth, or how you intend to build. But for my demonstration here, I'm just going to make this a 2x4, 3.5 inches thick, and then I can go here to Fill Style. See, I've got this part of the graphic selected, this part right here, that layer right there. And I'm going to give that a fill style of yellow, which is commonly used for 2x4, at least in this software. Okay, so there's my concrete, there's my 2x4, and then I'll click over here on the edge of this, on the interior edge, and insert another layer. We'll make that 1/2 inch. Yeah, and then I'm going to assign it the default material that gets assigned is, and this, they just pick this arbitrarily in the software. There's no greater wisdom involved in it. It's just a default. I want sheetrock there, so I'm going to go to plan material and hit the S key to go to the S's. I don't see half-inch sheetrock. I could assign drywall, but that's kind of a a generic, maybe, there it is, there's drywall. I don't really want drywall in this case. I want half-inch sheetrock. So I'm going to go to library material and find that. It should be under under wallboard. And there's various choices. And this is mainly a excuse me, materials list, for the materials list. There's a generic one of drywall. And I want, let's see, 4x8 sheets. There it is, drywall half-inch. That's very specific. See, I made this layer half an inch thick. I assigned a half an inch thick material to it, and then click OK. And then that job you were asking about would be done. Now, this is a way to do it. This is not the only way to do it. It's just a way. But back in the old days, this is how I would have done it. By the old days, I mean version 4, 5, 6 of this software. Where's my camera tools? I don't use the drop downs, and so I get a little lost. There we go, full camera. And you can see that it's now finished on the inside with sheetrock. And this wood floor here, that's just a default setting. You can change it to whatever you need or want. Okay. Now the way I would do it these days, now, and this way still works. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to save that. Let me zoom in over in this plan view here. And you'd think you would use just a straight interior wall. But, you know, this has sheetrock on both sides, and in this kind of construction, you wouldn't normally have sheetrock on the side that's facing the concrete. So let's see what we can do. Well, okay. I'm just going to drag this wall over up against the concrete wall. And this is just another way of doing it. But for a materials list, this is not highly workable because you have the extra side with sheetrock on it. So let's see if there's any walls that we can pick. And boy, there aren't a lot of choices. And I don't want to alter interior 4 because if I want some interior walls that have sheetrock on both sides, then, you know, you can't have it both ways. So I think what I'll do, yeah, I don't see any great choices there, and I haven't pre-rehearsed this. So in this plan, I'm using siding 4 as my exterior walls upstairs. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use stucco 4 because I don't intend to use stucco. I'm going to change this to this wall here that I have selected to stucco 4, but redefine it to my own purposes. Like this layer here with stucco on it, I'm going to delete it. And then this house wrap, let's see, it's exterior. Yeah, house wrap we wouldn't use. I'll delete that layer. And the next layer in is this OSB stuff that I'm not going to use for this application. And then now we got stud and sheetrock, drywall. I've already shown you if you want to change the material to something specific, you know, you can by using these buttons here. So now I've taken this stucco 4 wall and I've actually made it into an interior wall with framing and half-inch drywall on one side. So I'm going to click OK. And you can see here, let me zoom in so you can see it. See the sheetrock's to the inside, and then this is wood stud. And I'm going to take this wall here and move it over up against the concrete. So this is the other way to do it, and this is probably more, if you were to read the reference manual, this is probably how they would tell you how to do it. I'm not sure. I haven't read the reference manual recently. Now I've got mine set up as same wall type. I recommend that setting to you. It's over here in Edit Preferences. I don't want to mystify you that I'm doing something weird. It's under Architectural, I believe. Yeah, show same wall type handle. So that's not checked by default, and it's a productivity tool. I check it so that when I draw a wall, especially a custom wall, then I don't have to reprogram or choose that wall type again. I've got it as a same wall type. So I'll take this wall here and drag it over here against. You don't want to drag it through there; it'll override it. But see how that bumps against it. In the old days, you would drag a wall over and it would actually delete the other wall, but they've made the software quite a bit more sophisticated since then. In Chief Premier, there's a setting over here. Okay, they don't have that in Pro. All right. But this is working okay. I think you can see that this will get you to the same result, and you're using two different wall types. Now, exactly how you're going to layer this wall, that's up to you and your own construction practices. I'm not saying that the way I'm doing this is the way it should only and forever be done, but this is just another way to do this. And it's probably more usual for the way the software is put together now. Okay, there's that same wall type handle. See, I can just left click and drag on that and it creates another wall of the same type. Well, this works a lot better than it used to. Okay, you can see that forming up in there. We've got our frame wall, and if this framing is not supposed to be a 2x4 like a regular frame wall, and it's just supposed to be like a flat 2x4, well, you could just reprogram the wall. Let me show you. You just go over to wall types, and this alters all the walls of this name in the plan. Click on define. Let's say the 2x4 doesn't run this way, that it's flat. That would be an 1.5 inches thick. We just change that to 1.5 inches. And this main layer button is the structural layer. A lot of you new guys will not understand that and put this over here, and it creates all kind of connection problems and the dimensions don't work right. Always leave the main layer button where the structural layer is. Then we'll click OK. That warning message is just telling me that I did what I did. So now those are 1.5 inches thick and then a 1/2 inch sheetrock. So that would just be like a furring strips. And due to insulation and other concerns, you know, that there's more than one way to do something, and the software offers you the flexibility to do it. You just have to understand what to click on and why and so forth. And that's the whole point of this tutorial. So hopefully this will address your specific question, and it'll help others who are doing finished basements like this. Thank you for your kind attention.